whatever. Alright, what up YouTube? It's the Nice Saint here back with another video. And just I'm about to hop straight into it. This video is gonna be about my last shroom experience, the heroic dose experience. I took about 7 grams of it. And it was a specific type of strain. It was like something called Melmac, or say like Homestead Penis Envy. So it wasn't like, I guess it wasn't just a regular Penis Envy. And this type of strain is usually like, it works with like just shadow work and that type of stuff. So I was under the notion that, oh yeah, so I'm using this really just for some inner work, just to work with myself. And I don't know if all shrooms do that. Like I said, I haven't been really. I had a couple experiences with shrooms. Like I said, I did it with my girl one time. I did it also just by myself, just 1 gram, just seeing how it was. Other times when it was just like 1 gram or like, 1.5, it was just like, it just seemed like I was high, Like I said, it wasn't very like introspective. Well, it was, but it wasn't as deep as it was like this time that I was doing it. But also, for the majority of it, I was very much like, like it didn't really affect my visuals that much, but it did, like, it's kind of crazy. But it was fun. I liked it. That's one thing I can say. I'm not a heavy drug user. I don't like to do drugs as often just because of how my mental is. It's not like, I just don't like the feeling always. Like another thing with just doing shrooms, it may be like, really like, be like, wow, like this is how people is like on a daily basis. And it's like, it made me like, it makes me want to like steer clear from like just ever like having like mind altering like substances, period. Like I can smoke, but it's like I can only take so much smoking so I can like have my like regular level of sanity. When I was on the shrooms on the heroic dose, I'm like legit like, in my mind I'm still like, damn, like I'm really like, I was at an uncomfortable type of high, and I have never really like felt that before. Actually I have, but it's like, we speaking smoking like some weed, some of the, they be saying that some of that is lie, but I mean, it's just like, dang, like it was a high I couldn't really, I mean, I can't put into words, but I really wouldn't want to experience it again. Like I said, most of the time I'm sitting there like, damn, like everything is connected. Cause I was like, at first I was just doing it by myself. And if you ever eat shrooms, they fucking disgusting. I hate it. I hate the taste of it. So I'm like drinking like some juice and like eating it one at a time, like on some, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I was acting like a total wuss. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, and it was just so disgusting. I just hate shrooms. Like I said, I got realistic. I don't know if I'm ever doing them again, if I'm be honest, but it was just a nice experience. But jeez, I'm not gonna lie, I took them at like I took them at 5:30, and I shit you not, I didn't come down till about 4:30 the next day. 6:30 p.m. Not 6:30, 5:30 p.m. to about 4:30 a.m. And I ain't gonna lie, that's like, and halfway through it, that was like, for one, like the first 6 hours of it, I didn't even feel it. It's kind of crazy how like I literally did not feel the whole 6 hours, like from like 5:30 to like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, damn, it's really that time? And I'm like, I was tripping. I was really like tripping. So I think initially at first I was like, all right, cool. I'm sitting there trying to work on some YouTube shit, write some shit up, writing ideas. I was just trying to figure out ways how I can improve my YouTube channel, and just shit like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. My girl's on the phone, but she was asleep, so I'm like, all right. So I'm just about to go to sleep. I was just laying down watching My Hero Academia until I said it kicked in. It started to kick in, and that's when she decided to wake up. But like, that's before. I'm just like, it's kicking in. I just got like emotional as hell. Like I'm like, damn, I really love my family, and I'm just going to be like, damn, like I really just want to make something with my family. I just really want my family to be proud of me. I'm just getting real sentimental and shit, just crying my eyes out. Like, damn, like I really gonna miss these people. Like I'm just thinking about how how unique every one of my brothers and sisters are, like my mama and things like that. And I'm just in my feelings. I'm like, damn, I don't be seeing them enough. I don't be talking to them enough. And I'm just like, I just really felt the love of just them, And I'm just like, damn, like I'm just like, I don't know, I was very overwhelmed with like a sense of compassion. I'm very compassionate of a person naturally. I always want to help people, so I always want to be able to be there for people, even if they're not there for me. It's just like I said, I just have a natural inclination to always want to do that for people. And like I said, many times I always used to me. That leads to me being used and just taking advantage of. Period. And I'm understanding now. It's like I said, I have to be more responsible with. I have to be more responsible. Period. But I have to be more responsible with how I give out love and my energy in that sense. So that's where I'm at personally. But during the time, I'm just like, damn, I just feel compassion for all my sisters, like how they was raised, because I think that's one thing about brothers and sisters that I think that is very overlooked. But the children get different versions of their parents that, like I said, nobody really think about. Like my older siblings probably got like a way younger, like an inexperienced version of my mother that was probably more reckless and just wasn't thinking about certain things that she done. So in my mind, I'm just being very compassionate towards her. I'm like, damn, I love them. Like I said, I love my family. I was just like, nah, I really love them, and I'm just being honest with myself. Like, dang, I need to start doing this and this and that more. But it was like, it was so intense, and I'm not like a feeling person type. I'm very void of emotion most days, even though I'm very sensitive. Like I grew up very sensitive. I was always a crybaby growing up, but like I said, as I got older, I cut that shit out. I wasn't very much a crybaby no more, but at moments, like I said, I shed a couple real nigga tears, and I start being, I guess I could be very vulnerable. So, but most times I'm very, I'm very void. Like I said, I don't like people reading, like looking at my face, and like I just don't like people being able to read me. Period. Even though realistically, anybody can. I think even people that's even, like I think a lot of people can smell bullshit. So I think I think people always reading people, regardless if you think they're capable or not. But yeah, like I'm very just void of emotion most days. So my emotions for the most part is not. I don't like people moving me throughout my day. So but my emotions are there. It's just hard for me to feel them. So most days I feel like a robot, and even at times I really be feeling more like a robot. Just how I interact, and I could just deal with me just having a lot of trauma in me that I haven't resolved. But so then I'm just bawling my eyes out like, dang, I really love my family and shit like that. And then part of the trip, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't even remember it because, like I said, it was just like, damn, like I'm really like, I was in this thought loop, but like, damn, like everything is connected. It's like everything in the world is really connected. And it was just like, damn, I was literally caught in a loop. I ain't gonna lie, for a couple hours. I was caught in the loop for a couple of hours, and it was crazy. I'm sitting there like going back and forth, like damn. I'm like, I had to keep going back to the bathroom. Like I just feel like I had to go to the bathroom. I could I was really like disoriented, like I couldn't move. From my knowledge, nothing was really talking. Like I said, some people be encountering entities, come talk to them. Nobody said, I never had any encounters. So I mean, like I said, I was looking for that, but of course it didn't happen, so I ain't about to trip on it. But what else happened? So alright, so probably like around, I would say like around like 11 when it started getting real dark outside. I was in the basement too, so basically I'm in the basement, like I'm down here, all the lights was out. I got a light on over there, but it was out, and I'm just in the dark. And whenever like lights would come on, that's nothing that happened. Let me get to that point. So basically, I'm just, I'm in the basement. I'm just booling. My family's upstairs, but like, truth, like I said, I like how it messes with your sensory, like senses, like in a way, like I'm in the basement. My mother's like, she's got back from work. She's upstairs just talking, but like she's not saying anything. It just sounds like chanting, and I'm like, and I'm like in my mind, like, what the fuck is she saying? It just sounded like somebody chanting over and over again, but it wasn't like, how chanting is like you can hear words. It was like more like a lot of humming and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm down here like tripping. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is she saying? And I'm just like, whoa. Like I said, I was just amazed by everything. Another thing, it's crazy. I think even when I was high, I'm thinking like, damn, I understand why people like can legit like kill themselves or die like on shrooms. Shrooms, especially at that area, like the heroic dose where you just like in like you taking a lot of them is like it takes you to like a very like an uncomfortable high where you start to wonder like me. Well, not even wonder. I would say from my own experience, I started to like question my sanity a little bit. And I think in this sense, I even start to understand why they say like shrooms are very like low vibrational in that sense. Is that it's very like disorienting. And me, like I said at the beginning, I don't like to do drugs because it's just hard for me to really just be able to just function. Like I said, I can't not function and be able to do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. That's why I don't like to do drugs personally. Like I said, I get, that's just life period. Like people do drugs to escape reality. Some people just do it just to ease it up, and it's like a pacifier. It's like religion to spirituality. It pacifies the real world to you, so you don't, end up taking on life. And it's kind of crazy. Like I'm like, this is like, I'm understanding this is what people must be like. Just like very like just either drinking all day or it's high all day. It's like you at a vulnerable emotional state, but it's like you use substance like to keep you like from ever like spiraling downward. Like I'm like, yo, it's been many times like when I was like high, I'm thinking like, damn, I mean shit, if I'm on with everything I can kill myself, and it's like, yo. And it was just crazy. I'm like legit like tripping. I'm like, yo, this is not okay. And I'm like really like, this shit is really dangerous. This is why people can't be like, people cannot really just be like, just doing this type of shit just for fun. Cause like this shit is really like really dangerous and it's crazy. Like I'm like, yo, I gotta hurry up and get out. I was like, I really can't wait. I really couldn't wait to come down because it's like it was very uncomfortable. It made me feel like I'm like, yo, like this is not okay. Like I started thinking I was crazy in a way. Like why do I do it's like why do I keep doing this to myself? It's like why do I keep usually when I do shrooms, I do them for like spiritual, like just for spiritual insight, just really just because I think when you do psychedelics, like I said, they say that the psychedelics, they rewire your brain in a way for you to be able to, well, not to rewire your brain, but rewire your brain. So basically parts of your brain that never have connected before are connected. So that will lead to whatever experience you get happening. So in my mind, I'm like, why do I be doing drugs, bro? Like I said, I just having this thing in my mind, like, why do I be doing this to myself for zero reason? And it was just like, I was really having a heart-to-heart with myself, like, why do I keep doing this? Because, like I said, all of this is just really just suffering. I'm just really just experimenting with my suffering. And it's like, I know it's not the way that life should be. I know it's not the way my life should be. And I know it's not going to help me in any way. And realistically, in a very small way, I just feel like I just wasted my money now. Like I'm like, this is something I knew all along. I just wasted my money to figure this shit out. Waste my money and figure this shit out, And I think that's something that a lot of people, like people be trying to find happiness and they just trying to find happiness, trying to find like the solution to their problem. They like through their vice. And like I said, and before I took them, I wasn't in a negative state. Like, oh yeah, like a lot of people think that bad trips. I think that's one thing I agree with. They say like bad trips like ideas. Bad trips are like people. If you're in a bad mental state, then you're gonna have a bad trip. And I think that sometimes bad trips are really just lessons that they really are like pushing for you to learn. Like I said, it's not really just like oh, I'm in a bad mental state and I'm gonna have a bad trip. It's more like this is a lesson that it's like a lesson being brought up to your attention that you can possibly learn from. But people tend to like to associate bad trips with just like, oh yeah, it probably was some bad drugs, or you probably having a bad mental state. And I mean, I think those do aid in that, but also just a bad trip is just a lesson that maybe needed to be learned. But yeah, I'm just like, yo, I'm about this tweaking, I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, this shit gotta hurry me slow down. I was literally stuck on my bed for the longest. Even got to the point where I'm like, okay, like every 2 seconds when I ever felt like I was coming down, I really wasn't. It was like my mom playing a trick on me. It's like I will come down for 2 seconds and I'll pop back up. Then I will come down for 2 seconds and pop back up. And I don't lie, it may be like I was literally about to bang my head against the wall. Like, oh my god, this shit is so fucking irritating. Like I said, I'm not doing this shit no more. Cause it's like, of course I was a heroic though, so I think that's why it lasted so long. but it was like, yo, like I was legit, metaphorically speaking, like banging my head against the wall, like I wish it would stop. But I said, like, you know, like I said, I was trying to take a trip like it was a ride, and you know, the ride took me, you know, in a way. Like I said, it started, you know, play with my mind, like I thought to play with his. So, you know, they took me and they tortured me and they had their way with me. No homo. But no, yeah. It was very, like I said, it was very nice. Like I said, I think that I do appreciate that I even did it. I think it took me out of it put me in like it put me in a funk in a way where I needed to just break, because I think I was overworking my body in a way. So after I took the shrooms, like the next day after that, I was like, yo, I was very much always, I was just like, I was tired. I was tired for like a couple of days, like after it. And I think ultimately it's probably like allowed me just to ease and relax a little bit mentally, because I think I'm just such a heavy thinking based type of person, and that when I took it, it probably, like, you know, of course I don't really know, but I got very tired in that the past week after that, really. And I was just like, I wouldn't even say that ego death happened, because I think that was more what I was expecting to happen, but it didn't. But yeah, and I took 5 grams, or I probably only took like 3, because I mean not 3, but it was just how they was looking. It probably measured to 7 grams, but that shit it was like only a couple shrooms technically. But yeah, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.